Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Jibril.
And my name is Bilal.
And boy, this is an exciting day for us. This is our first time hosting something like this. Yeah.
It's gonna be lit.
So we just want to say thank you so much for joining us today as we commemorate Black History Month. For today's event, we are honored to partner with two incredible organizations in Yaqeen Institute and Black Canadian Muslims. We have a jam-packed session for y'all today. So before we get started, we have a couple messages from our sponsors.
Starting off, we have Sheikh Abdullah Hakim Quick, who is a senior fellow at Yaqeen Institute. He is a pioneer and pillar of our community with a career spanning over 4 decades. He's currently a senior lecturer at the Islamic Institute of Toronto. Yaqeen Institute is doing groundbreaking research and work for Muslims all across the world. Yeah. Recently, they have been officially registered as an official charity in Canada.
Big stuff, big stuff.
So without further ado, here's Yaqeen Institute's video on Black History Month in Canada.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah wa ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The idea of Black History Month began in 1926 in the United States with Dr. Carter G. Woodson, a famous African-American historian. And he and other researchers found out and recognized that the history of Africa, the history of Black people, on the continent and in the Americas was being wiped out of the textbooks. And he even went to the point of saying that if a nation of people, if a race of people does not have a history, then the world will forget about it. History gives life to the ideas and thoughts of any group of people. And if it is destroyed and taken away, then the people are in danger of being exterminated. And so he established Black History Week, called Negro History Week at the time, in 1926. It was eventually recognized by the United States government in 1976 and by the Canadian government in 1995. And it is a time to go back into our understanding of history, to right the wrongs, to fill in those gaps that have been left in the collective memory of human beings. And it is critical for our younger generation to understand each other, because one of the strongest parts of white supremacy and hatred and racism is ignorance. When people are ignorant of each other and their histories, fear develops, hatred develops. And so what Black History Month does is that it opens the minds, it rights the wrongs, it corrects historical errors, and it enables us to be able to move together as human beings because we understand each other better. And that is critical for Muslims to be involved in this as well, because not only are we feeling the fear of Islamophobia today, where we are being misunderstood and hated, but also the Prophet, peace be upon him, when he was asked about the Hilf al-Fudul, when he was asked about the unity that was made between the conflicting tribes of Quraysh, when he was a young man and he was involved in a struggle that happened in Mecca and an eventual unity that came, when he was asked about this coming together to help the oppressed and to stand up for the truth, he made it clear that even though he's a prophet, he would be involved in that. And so this falls under the category of al-amru bil ma'ruf wa nahy al-munkar, calling to the good and forbidding evil. And it is the duty of Muslims to be involved in any way we possibly can. The Prophet ﷺ said, if you see evil, then change it with your hands. If you cannot do this, then say something. If you cannot do that, then at least feel it in your heart, and that is the weakest form of faith. So we have the opportunity now to do something by writing, by filming, by giving of our wealth, by being involved in any possible way to help the public to understand the achievements of African people and Black people, that slavery is not the main history of Black people in this part of the world or on the African continent. Or at least, if we cannot do something with our hands, we can say something. We can be involved in one way or another in making this known to the public and especially to the children, what the reality is on the ground. And at least we can feel it in our hearts. But even in that, we should try to do something, try to be involved, and support our organizations that are coming forward and sponsoring programs, sponsoring book writings, sponsoring conferences, helping to change curriculums, educating our teachers and students, any way that we can possibly raise the collective consciousness of people in our country and in the world, then we are calling to the good, and that is the duty of the Muslims. And so I leave you with these thoughts, and I pray that we can be involved in Black History Month and anything to do with oppressed people now and in the future. I leave you with these thoughts. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Welcome back. Next up, we have Imam Yaqeen Dwyer coming to you on behalf of Black Canadian Muslims. Man, I love
Big
him.
up my man.
He's great. He's great. Imam Yaqeen is the executive director and lead chaplain of Muslim chaplaincy at UOFT. He has lectured on topics such as religion, the arts, Black Canadian culture, and the history of Muslims in the West.
Been to a few of those. They're great.
Yeah, he's awesome. BCM continues to enhance the lives of Black Canadian Muslims of the African diaspora by reviving communities based on Islamic principles, education, art, and support. Without further ado, here is the video from BCM.
The Black Canadian Muslims of the Diaspora is an organization that was founded to enhance the lives of Black Canadian Muslims through Islamic principles by way of an African heritage, through art, and through support. We found that there was a real vacuum in support for Black Canadian Muslims of the diaspora, those who are indigenous to the Americas. And we thought that through a firm focus on godliness, a firm focus on religious and spiritual education, a focus on family development, and of course a focus on hard work, we could establish a community that is celebrating its African memory and also grounded in Islamic principles. We know that our holy book, the Quran, says, "O humanity, we made you from male and female, we made you from nations and tribes, so that you may recognize and know each other. Verily, the most honored of you are those who possess this beautiful thing called taqwa, which is mindfulness of God, awareness of God, and consciousness of God." The BCM is here really to help the wider Muslim community get to know us a little bit better. And especially during the month of February, it is an opportune time for us to learn, for us to celebrate our memory together, and also for us to carve out a more prosperous future for those communities that have been traditionally marginalized. So it's a great opportunity for us to celebrate this memory together. If you wish to get in touch with the Black Canadian Muslims of the Diaspora, please follow our social media pages on Instagram and Facebook. And if you wish to directly contact the BCM, please write us at blackcanadianmuslims@gmail.com. Now please stay tuned for our trivia contest coming next.
And now, on to the game show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Just warning, there will be a slight delay, like a small 10-second lag between the actual game and what you're seeing on the screen. So if you're waiting for the results and our commentary on it, just give it some time and it'll come.
Yep.
How to log in, please go to www.myquiz.org. The game code is 681446.
Yes. Okay, folks. Now I'm excited. I'm something of a quiz wizard myself. You know what I'm saying? I made up that term. But yeah, we had a little peek at the questions beforehand, and boy, it's a little difficult. Very interesting stuff there. I actually learned quite a bit just in a couple that I've seen. Shout out Hassam History for actually making these questions. You should follow him on Twitter and Instagram. He is very, very interesting and teaches you a lot on there.
If you have a problem with these questions,
Yeah.
also go to him because
Hit him up, that's his fault. Okay. So we're just gonna be waiting for people to roll in right now. Man, how do you think this is gonna go?
honestly, I think I'm gonna get every single one of them correct because
Look at
I'm
this
just
guy.
with it like that.
Look at this guy. What's 9 plus 10?
This is history, not math,
He
okay?
doesn't even know. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because a time like this, Black Canadian History Month, Black History Month generally, it's a great time to, kind of get educated on stuff like this. And I mean, especially considering, I know everyone says this, the year we've had, but I mean, like literally the year we've had. A lot of people have this topic on their minds. So, now is a great time, soak in the knowledge. Even if you get it wrong, pay attention for next time and just, knowledge generally. Yeah.
I can't wait to win the prize.
What's the prize actually?
The prize is knowledge. The greatest
is-
prize of all.
Yes, knowledge. It's power. It's priceless. If it were stock, it would have gone to the moon because knowledge is the best. Okay. Yeah.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
I can't wait to get me some knowledge.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for a couple more people to come in. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, we are off. Right, so question number 1.
Uno.
This Indian island was ruled by Africans for over 400 years. We have one answer already. Hello.
That was fast. We have two now.
That was fast. We got 2. Okay. Here we go. Listen. Guess people know what they're talking about, man. I don't know what it couldn't be me. I wouldn't have known that quick. But hey.
I mean, yes, we did. We knew the answers beforehand, but
Yeah, but see, yeah, we're smart. Okay, and the answers are rolling in. All right, I think most people got this one correct. The answer is Janjira. Probably not pronouncing that correctly, but we move. Okay, next question coming up. Remember, folks, you want to answer quickly, but also take your time, right? Because
middle ground.
some kind of middle ground. You want to take this one?
All right. Bilal was the Prophet ﷺ's caller to prayer and also his scribe, astronomer, treasurer, military general.
I wonder which one it is. The answers
Did they
are
have
rolling in.
official astronomers
Back in the day? Man, I'm not
Because I know the boom of astronomy was by the Muslims back in the days, but
Yeah.
like, was it at that time?
I'm not actually sure. I'm not actually sure. Answers are rolling in. Let's see. Okay.
The answer is treasurer.
Treasurer is the answer.
75% of people
Now,
got
see,
it
this
right.
guy, he didn't actually know the answer for that despite being named Bilal. You would have thought he would have known that.
Listen.
I don't know what's up with
I'm
that.
good with money, so I just assumed maybe that's how it works.
Fun fact, he was always the one that had to call the adhan when we were younger because, Bilal, so.
I'm pretty sure everyone in Bilal went through the same thing. but
It's
fine.
true. All right, question number 3. The kingdom of Najashi in Africa is the first place Muslims could comfortably practice their faith. True or false?
See, now the thing about true or false is that just always go with false because 90% of the times it's a trick
Don't
question.
listen to what he's telling you. Don't do that. That's not what you want to think. Okay, we've got answers coming in already. Let's see. And the answer is true. It seems like most people got that one right. To those of you who got it wrong, better luck next time. Again, if the questions are too hard, blame Hassan History.
Ooh, the leaderboard is very close.
Leaderboard is coming in close, my man. Okay,
The gap between first and third place is 1 point.
that's crazy.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
question number 4. Switching it up, going way ahead in the future. Now, which teams did the Nigerian Muslim NBA legend Hakeem Olajuwon play for? Now, folks, this is gonna require a little bit of sports knowledge here, Hakeem Olajuwon, man, what a player,
Great guy.
I met him way back in the day. I'm saying way back in the day, like I was like probably like 2 or 3 or something like that, I don't know. But so we have here, was it the Houston Rockets and the Phoenix Suns, the Lakers and the Toronto Raptors, Houston Rockets and Toronto,
Oh, there's your answer.
there's your answer,
The
folks.
Houston Rockets and the Toronto Raptors. Personally, I don't even know he played for the Raptors. As a huge Raptors fan, I didn't even know that.
Hey, make up the 6, you know.
But the leaderboard has changed. In first place, we have Iman. Second, Bassam. And third, we have Rami.
Nice, nice. It's close, man.
It's real close.
A lot of people thought he played for the Phoenix Suns. Don't say.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Malcolm X's older sister, Ella Little Collins, embraced Islam after him. True or false?
True or false? Now remember, don't listen to his advice on how to handle true or false. Just go with your gut feeling, intuition, and some of your knowledge. You know
Just
what
go
I'm
with
saying?
your knowledge.
Just go with
that should be
sometimes you just know in your heart what the answer is. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's true.
Okay. Time is almost up. Make sure you get your answers in. There we go. The answer is false. And the leaderboard currently is relatively the same right
It's
now.
the same. Iman's just out here killing it.
Okay. Now, man, you know, these, some of these questions, man, it's going from a wide range of topics because, you know, Black history is everything generally.
Facts.
Now,
Facts.
the late Somali Canadian blank Horan Nalaye inspired many people, myself included. Now, the question is, what was her occupation? We have politician, we have journalist. The answers
Scientist.
are coming in hot. Novelist is one as well.
Most people should know this.
I feel like most
This is
people
a later
know this.
one.
I feel like most
It's
people
recent
know this.
history. So if you've been in the
Recent
news
history.
past couple of years, you should know this.
And yes,
Journalist.
the answer is journalist. Now, I mean, Sister Horan was a fantastic journalist, great at her job. She inspired many, many people, again, like ourselves included. We actually, I think, got interviewed by her years ago. Super nice, awesome, and you know, generally a great role model for Muslim women and Black women as well in our community.
So, this Iraqi Black Muslim scholar discussed early ideas on natural selection more than 1,000 years before Darwin's theory of evolution. We did it first, that's all I'm saying.
And that's the craziest part, right? Is because a lot of people be thinking, you know, Darwin and like Columbus and all these people, they did everything first, right?
We did it first.
Yeah, woke people, it's Black History Month. This is what we're here for. Right, okay, the answers are coming in. And okay, we have the, ooh, that was a close one.
Yeah, this is probably that was probably the toughest question yet.
Yep.
That's
Leaderboard
something.
has remained the same. Iman is still out here killing it. But hey man, competition is getting tight. Did you know this one?
I didn't actually.
Yeah, see,
I
we're
will
getting
say
educated right now as well. Okay, question number 8. The legendary boxer Muhammad Ali helped Calgary get its first masjid in 1972. True or false? Now, see, Muhammad Ali did a lot of amazing things in his lifetime, right? So, would I be surprised if this was one of them?
Not at all.
Not really, but at the same time, Calgary is just like way out yonder. You know what I'm saying?
Lives in Calgary.
I don't. Shout out to the people of Calgary, man. Shout out to the people of Calgary. You know, but do you actually exist? No.
Oh, man. The answer is
true. See, Muhammad Ali went all the way to Calgary, man, to build the first masjid there. Wow, that is incredible. Just goes to show his dedication to helping the Muslim Ummah.
Yes, sir.
And you know, it's great to see that he was, despite being at the very top of his field, also giving back to his community. Right, question number 9. Which Black woman was the first martyr of the Muslim Ummah? Let's see, the answers are rolling in.
another relatively simple one.
Relatively.
Relatively. I mean, all things are relative.
All things are relative. Let's see, they're coming in hot. Just update on the leaderboard. Someone named Einstein Girl is in 3rd place right now. That name is very interesting.
That is very, very
She's coming in with some Einstein energy. So, I mean, I'm just saying, fam, you better win this.
See, but was Einstein even a historian though?
We don't know. And we have the answer, Sumaya bint Khabet. Okay, folks, this is getting interesting. The leaderboard is quite close actually, but Iman still has the lead. One thing I will say though is a lot of people kind of get thrown off by this question because we don't know a lot of Sahabas that were Black simply because they weren't described that way, right? Okay, question number 10.
In the 1300s, the fleets of Mansa Abu Bakr of Mali may have reached the Americas nearly 200 years before Columbus.
True
You did it
or
first?
True or false? Answers are rolling in. Now, Columbus, man,
Yikes.
the question is, what did he actually do?
I don't know.
That's the biggest question, because something like this, I wouldn't put it past it to be true, honestly.
There it is. We did
And
it
there it
first,
is,
that's all I'm
folks. And there it is, folks. So my question is now, where's Mansa Abu Bakr's day, man? We got Columbus Day.
For what reason?
Where's that day? I think we got to get that one started. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, and let's take a look at the leaderboard. We have a new leader in Bassam. Oof. Okay. Next question, question number 11. How did Ayuba Diallo, an enslaved man in the U.S., identify himself to police when he ran away but was caught? Now, this one is a slightly more obscure question. Not expecting a lot of people to get this one, but we shall see. We shall see who knows their history. We have some interesting answers over here. Did he A, say, he gave his name of his African village? Did he say Allah Muhammad? And we have the answer. He said Allah Muhammad. Now, his story is very, very interesting. I highly recommend that you look it up. There are plenty of lectures, books about him. It's interesting because a tale like his serves to just show, the kind of people that were actually enslaved in the slave trade, right? There's a very rich history there.
Question number 12. Mansa Musa of Mali is considered the wealthiest person in history, but he's
that's
also
right.
known for...
Let's see what we have here. Now, bro, everybody's got to know Mansa Musa, right?
Everyone's got to know Mansa.
Everybody's
That's the
got to know
swaggiest
Mansa
man in
Musa.
history.
Listen, let me tell you something real quick. Jeff Bezos ain't got nothing on this man, okay? Want to know what real wealth is, people?
That man had riches upon his riches.
Riches on riches, going all the way up to the moon. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's see. And the answer is building mosques and universities. So he was like, hey, yo, let's get our religious bonuses and knowledge. Just like that. You know what I mean?
While also being rich.
Listen.
That's how you do it.
This is what you can learn from this. That's how you flex, people. Okay? That's how you flex. You need to ice out everything. He's like, let me build universities. That's different. There's levels to this stuff,
There's levels.
Okay, question number 13. The Sudanese scholar Sheikh Ahmed Sarkati led the Islamic revival in which Southeast Asian country? You have A, Sri Lanka, B, the Philippines, C, Papua New Guinea, and D, Indonesia. Let's see. I myself did not know this.
I don't know where Papua New Guinea is.
I'm saying, do we have to admit that though?
Maybe not.
We don't. We
but
can
you know
pretend.
what?
We're gonna pretend that we know everything about that one because we do. So, okay. All right. The answer is Indonesia. Ooh, it was close.
It was
between
tied,
Sri Lanka as well,
actually,
yeah.
in the
Ooh,
votes.
and Iman has retaken the lead.
Back on top.
Wow.
They tried to bring them down, but
Einstein girl, you're in 4th place.
not living up to the name.
That's not very Einstein of you. I don't know.
That's
Okay.
He wasn't a historian though, so it's kind of.
Hey. All right. Next question. Question 14.
There's a lot of words in there I don't think I can pronounce, so you're gonna take this one.
Okay. Louis Sanin was a leader of the black Muslim community in Bahia, Brazil in the 1830s, and he collected zakat. True or false? Now, a lot of people don't know this actually, but Brazil has a very, very large black community in Bahia actually, and I highly recommend that you guys do a little research on that. I myself got my knowledge from TikTok. Should I have admitted that? No. But I'm gonna do further research to confirm that.
We're gonna have to fact check that.
Yes. Okay, the answer is true. So there might be, TikToker might be onto something, you know. Okay, let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. Einstein girl has heard us and she is now back in 3rd place.
Damn.
We may have to eat our words. You know, as sports analysts, we kind of have to do hot takes to keep y'all interested.
Facts.
It's not that deep, but it is at the same time. Question 15.
Which country did Senegalese scholar Sheikh Ibrahim Nassi not visit?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't. Listen, the monitor's a little far, okay? I'm blaming that.
Right.
I'm blaming my poor
Was it
eyesight.
A, Egypt, B, China, C, Canada, or D, Pakistan? Now, if you guys know who Mustafa Briggs is, he's a young historian from the UK, and I highly recommend following him. He has a great series on Sheikh Ibrahim Niasse, and I learned a lot from him. The answer, of course, is Canada. Let me tell you, this man went a lot of places and is one of those figures that once you learn about him and his influence, you think, how is he not in every single history textbook everywhere, right? But this is why we have these things. Okay, let's look at the leaderboard. Man
back. Still
Yeah,
on top.
back at the top. Okay. Question 16. What are Tanzila Kambrani's achievements? Select all that apply.
See, with these kind of questions, you just select everything because then you complain to your teacher saying,
Once
well, I didn't
again,
get it right.
don't listen to what he says. Ever. Okay. The answers are rolling in. Let's see.
I don't even know this one.
We were pretending like we knew everything, man.
Oh, true. I forgot about that.
Tap in, bro.
See,
Gosh.
they did select all that apply. They got it wrong. Don't listen.
She has a PhD in computer science, a mother of 3, and is the first Black Pakistani to be elected into the government. Now that, folks, that is a big achievement. Now, I know myself, I'm gonna look her up after this because I feel like I need to educate myself a little more, you know. Question 17. Malcolm X became the first well-known Muslim to speak to the Canadian media when he A, did an interview with the CBC in Toronto, B, was in Mecca performing Hajj, C, was speaking to the Toronto Star journalist on the phone, D, was visiting Montreal where his parents got married. Now,
Is he Canadian? No. Well,
No.
why is his parents getting married in Montreal?
hey man, I don't know. Listen, Malcolm X, man, need we to say more? You know, he if you watch some of his interviews, you see the way he conducted himself and his eloquency and look in his eyes, the conviction that was there. You just knew that when he did an interview with the CBC in Toronto, he definitely had an impact on people.
We're gonna clap for that transition real quick. That was
I was just- hey man, I'm for hire. Just
the
saying.
man is just growing the gap on the
Man is
leaderboards.
killing it right now. Okay. Can you take this one?
Harriet Tubman heroically helped many enslaved Black Americans escape through the highway to freedom,
Freedom.
the Underground Railroad, the path of the North Star, the anti-slavery ship. What is it? There's a movie coming out soon,
I
right?
wonder.
A movie coming?
I think they make a lot of movies about her actually. I'm just saying, if you look at this picture, you can see this woman was about her business. People, just absolutely about it. You know. We have the answers coming in. Of course, it is the Underground Railroad. Now, the Highway to Freedom sounds sick, and I would definitely like to take it right now. But you know, that did not exist. And the path of the North Star, while it has helped many people get to many places, not in this case. It is the Underground Railroad. Okay, quick look at the leaderboard. Iman still killing it atop. Right, the first Black fighter pilot in the world, Ahmet Ali. That last name is Turkish. I don't want to pronounce that. Okay, fought in World War I.
Don't blame me.
For which A, the British, B, the Germans, C, the Ottomans, or D, Egyptians. Now,
Seems like a trick question.
now, I would actually like to figure out how to pronounce that afterwards. Should I take a stab at it?
Selectin?
Don't see, now you just made yourself look like a goof, bro.
that's so
I don't. I need to watch. I need to watch some things on this, man. Okay, and the answer is, of course, the Ottomans. Right. What's that Turkish show that's really popular right now?
I'm not gonna.
Ertugrul. Yes. Let me watch some of that and get back to y'all. I'll figure out how to pronounce this stuff. Okay. Quick look at the leaderboard again. Iman still killing it. Einstein girl in 4th. A man like EG in 6th. Okay. Right, now, question 20. We're almost finished, folks. Dr. Martin Luther King's most famous speech was known as, "I have a dream. Our freedom can't wait. No justice, no peace. Ban the Klan." Now, yeah, that's a bar and a half,
That's a
actually.
bar. Okay,
Ban
I might
the Klan.
steal that low key.
Hey,
Hold
yo,
on.
listen, yo, we gotta ban the Klan, though, still. How have they not banned the Klan yet? That's what I want.
That's the real question. Let's talk about it.
How many Black History
Let's start
Months
a
have passed and they
conversation.
ain't banned the Klan yet, people? And of course, the answer is I have a dream. Everybody's got to know that one. Everyone's got to know that one.
Shame the dream hasn't fully been seen yet.
Yeah. When are we going to know people?
A lot of people think it has. No, it hasn't. There's still a history in us.
They don't know about that.
They don't know about that.
Speak
Let's
on
start a
this.
conversation.
Speak on that one, brother. Speak on that one. Alrighty. Next question. Question 21. The women's education movement revived by Nana Asmu in West Africa in the 1800s was called Yan Taru. True or false? Now, we know this one. Why? Because we are smart.
Yes.
And because we are woke and educated.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Yes. Smart.
Yes. And we will judge you if you get it wrong because who doesn't know this?
That is true.
This is so easy. Did you just get?
I'm a genius.
See, because we
What
did know it in the first place. That's the craziest part, right? Okay.
I told you, I was going 23 for 23.
Right. Now, I think we gotta, real talk though, kind of educate ourselves on this. Tiny little bit. Just a quick brush up, you know what I'm saying? Iman's still in the lead. She is definitely going after the knowledge. Okay, the knowledge. Question 22.
Doesn't winning this already imply you already have the knowledge?
That's fact. So then let's say the prize, what's the prize gonna be?
Confirming your knowledge.
Confirming validation. Everybody needs validation, you know. Question 22. Dr. Afua Cooper is a Jamaican Canadian Muslim blank. Poet, historian, activist, all of the above. Who knows? We do, because we know this. Yes, we do. Do you know it though? That's the question.
It's all of the above. Okay.
It is. That is accomplishments, people. Poet,
Always go for all of the above.
historian,
It's always the answer.
activist. Stop telling people that they're very impressionable people on this. Probably don't take his word for it. Right. We are on to the last question, ladies and gentlemen. Iman has a stranglehold on the competition. Question 23. Mustafa Azamuri, a black Moroccan explorer, was likely the first non-indigenous person to see Texas nearly 500 years ago. True or false? Man, praise up for Texas right now, man.
500 years ago.
500 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
This begs a question, once again. What did the colonials actually do? What did the colonizers
They came in
accomplish?
here?
What did Christopher Columbus actually do? You know, who knows? Okay, who knows?
That's just true.
The answer is true. Okay, now that is another name that you should probably look up once again after this. Very, very interesting stuff.
Was that the final question?
That was question 23 of 23. Let's look at the leaderboard. Starting in third, we have Cheetay, who definitely did not cheat on this and rightfully earned third place with 222,316 points. In second, we have Bassam, and he was staying there for a while with 2,368 points. And in first place, we have Iman, who is, man, she was killing it the whole time. 2,980 points.
time here, right? You had 2 minutes and 44 seconds.
Running through that real quick. Shout out to, in 7th place, Ibi FTIRC for finishing in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Very impressive, very impressive.
A fast thing.
Speed run.
80% speed run.
I can respect that. All right.
Einstein girl?
No, listen. Thank you to everybody for coming. Thank you to everybody for coming out. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys learned a lot. We definitely did, despite the fact that we knew everything beforehand anyway. Right. Okay, once again, make sure you follow Islamic Relief everywhere. Look forward to future events coming up. You know, this was us, our first hosting job, you know, and hopefully we did y'all proud. Once again, my name is Jabril, and this was the trivia contest for Black History Month.
It should be Black History Year.
Black History Decade.
History Century.
Speaking of that, okay. Once again, shout out to Black Canadian Muslims and Yaqeen Institute for sponsoring this event. Thank you very much for coming. Assalamu alaikum.